Hello, everyone. I have Mohammed Ehsan with me today. And Ehsan, would you quickly like to introduce yourself?
Yes, absolutely. My name is Mohammed Hassan. I'm a software architect. I've been in the software industry for about 11 years now. I started as a front end developer, quickly moved to being a team lead, and 5 years ago, I came to Sweden. Before that, I was working for a US based company for 2.5 years from Pakistan, which was one of the Fortune 5,000 companies. I started writing a lot of articles, creating some videos on YouTube, and I eventually got recognized by Google as an expert in one of the Google built technologies named Angular, and I also was able to publish two books related to Angular. I'm working on my third one right now. So I've been into the open source world quite a lot, in the communities as well. I was also the organizer of Angular Pakistan back when I was in Pakistan, actually. And right now, I'm focusing on a lot of AI. I was also part of the campaign from Google, which was about Gemini and AI, and I also got featured by Google on LinkedIn. So I'm closely working with two teams at Google. One is Angular, and I also work with ML and AI teams as well on the campaigns that are running. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much, Ehsan. That's very overwhelming and amazing journey that you shared. This is a discussion which I'm going to have with Ehsan, where we're going to dive deep into how scared should we be of AI when it comes to our jobs as developers and software engineers. And then we'll also touch a little about what are the coding agents that are out there which you can use. Are those coding agents good enough to actually make the job of a developer obsolete? So let's get right into it. एक नॉर्मल इंसान जो कि टेक से बिल्कुल भी रिलेटेड नहीं है नाउ थिंक्स आई कैन मे बी सिट एट होम एंड आई कैन बिल्ड एन ऐप फॉर माई सेल्फ इससे एक अगर एक मिसकंसेप्शन या एक मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग को कि एटमॉस्फेयर क्रिएट हो गया है जिसमें पीपल आर थिंकिंग कि वी डोंट नीड द डेवलपर्स एनीमोर नेगोशिएट बहुत ज़्यादा करना पड़ रहा है अब जस्ट टू जस्टिफाई कि दिस इज समथिंग दैट इज रिक्वायरिंग दैट मच टाइम क्योंकि उन्होंने कहीं पे यूट्यूब पर देख लिया है कि कोई बैठा हुआ डेविन के साथ जो है उसने पूरी ऐप बना दी एंड देन लाइक दे आर नॉट विलिंग टू पे फॉर इट.
Exactly. And that's where basically marketing comes in, right? Okay, when you're marketing something, you have to have a couple of things to sell what you're trying to sell. The one is a controversial statement, and that is AI is going to take our jobs. The second is you have to make it urgent. So you will say, if you don't do something right now, you're going to lose your job. So that's the part of urgency as well. And then you pitch your idea on how to do these things. And also the fear, it has to be there as well. So these are the things that at least a lot of influencers, a lot of companies like Devin, they're trying to, and even Nvidia are pushing these because they want to stay on top. They want people to talk about this, which will basically raise their capital. Now the reality is a bit different from this, but before talking about that, I want to go to the other side of the equation that you said, that someone who doesn't know about coding, they now can or think that अब वो बना सकते हैं application. So that's not true at all. It's not that technology has become so advanced that I can acquire a skill very fast. अगर आप AI के साथ कोई चीज़ बना रहे हैं, तो you need to be really skilled for a really finished outcome. तो मैं बहुत सारे टूल्स जो हमने डिस्कस किए, फॉर एग्जांपल आप Copilot की बात कर लें, आप bolt.new की बात कर लें. There's something that I actually want to show quickly. One of the things that I started doing was just working with a teleprompter. तो मेरे ये जो कैमरा है इसके बिल्कुल साथ एक teleprompter लगा हुआ है, तो I can write a good script for my videos and then read it. So I tried a few things, including bolt.new, and bolt.new, while it's a really good tool, it had a lot of flaws. For example, I wanted to create an application on Angular 19 और उसने Angular 18 के साथ बनाना स्टार्ट कर दी. उसके बाद जो भी उसने बनाया, it wasn't working at all. So I went to Claude. Claude is right now one of the best tools when it comes to actually getting something right, provided कि जो कह रहा है उसको prompt दे रहा है, they are experienced. Otherwise, you can't get it right. So this is a simple prompt. For example, I can just paste my script here. I can decide like what is going to be the speed of this one, and I can start this. And this was done by Claude, and I actually was able to do it in 30 minutes at max with 5 to 6 versions of it. और उसके बाद ये इस लेवल तक पहुंची कि I could use it. लेकिन that is not just Claude doing it. That's my 11 years of experience coming in as well. So what I want to say is that it's possible to get things done with this AI. लेकिन without experience you're not going to get the result that you seek. For example, one of the things जो अभी मैंने teleprompter में बताई वो ये कि when you're using Chrome in your phone and you're not interacting with the website, आपका phone जो है वो lock mode में चला जाता है, ठीक है? तो I made sure कि while I'm running teleprompter, I have this implemented via Claude के जो wake lock की API होती है Chrome की वो use हो रही हो ताकि
Hmm.
वो wake lock हो जाए. तो those are the things that someone who doesn't know coding
Doesn't
will
know.
not be able to do.
अभी तक एक $500 वाला डेवन आया है. द आइडिया बिहाइंड दैट इज बेसिकली हम लोग एक जूनियर डेवलपर को रिप्लेस करना चाह रहे हैं. डू यू थिंक दे आर रीचिंग टू गेट दैट माइलस्टोन?
No, I don't think so. Even if you're using AI, the biggest problem with AI, even if you're using Claude as well, is that you have to teach the AI every single time what you want to do and the context. तो अभी जो सबसे बड़ा मसला है इन सारे मॉडल्स का वो बेसिकली है टोकन्स. जस्ट लाइक द करेंसी वी हैव टू buy something, you have to spend tokens on these AI agents. और टोकन्स की लिमिटेशन इसलिए है क्योंकि वो मेमोरी में बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ें नहीं रख सकता. तो वंस यू गेट डन विद वन टास्क एंड यू वांट टू स्टार्ट समथिंग न्यू एंड यू आर आउट ऑफ टोकन्स, तो now you need to train the model or give prompts and give all the context again. और जितना ज़्यादा context आप देते जा रहे हैं उतने ज़्यादा heavy tokens जो है वो use होते जा रहे हैं. This was one of the issues with bolt.new as well. और I think कि Devin के अंदर भी, I mean, Devin is very controversial और मुझे तो अक्सर लगता है कि ना they are just lying totally. क्योंकि फॉर एग्जांपल अपवर्क पे उसने प्रोजेक्ट्स किए. देयर इज अ लॉट दैट गोस इनटू एक्चुअली एक्वायरिंग a project on Upwork, and I've done freelancing for 4 years plus. मेरा एक issue है कि when I get into something I have to be very good at it. So I was really optimizing what I'm trying to say, personalized message, making sure that I've read everything, asking relevant questions beforehand ताकि पता चले सामने वाले को कि हाँ यार इसे पता है, this guy knows. I don't think that can be done by an AI agent just based on some text, because there's a lot of experience that goes before. मेरे इतने projects हैं जिसमें मैंने काम किया. I have faced a lot of issues and I know those solutions as well. That's why I can say कि oh, आप जो project बना रहे हो इसके अंदर ये issues आ सकते हैं, तो have you already thought about it? So these are the conversations that I don't think AI is ready to do at the moment. So the so far what we can do with AI is, if, and I think it's really really bad for junior engineers, to be honest, I'm just going to say it out loud. So sorry any junior engineers who are watching this, but that's the truth. If you, because for even me as a senior, if I work with AI on something bluntly and I'm not really caring what is out there, I have no clue what the code does. I won't be able to maintain it. I won't be able to fix issues in that, and I won't be able to answer any questions related to that code. And for me, कुछ projects ऐसे हैं जिसके लिए that's perfectly fine. मुझे ये teleprompter जो मैंने बनाया है, I don't need to sell it. I don't need to be answerable of it. But if I'm working in a company, तो उसके लिए हर चीज I'm liable for. So you can't really ignore this fact कि when you are completely relying on AI, you're not going to do well. तो I think AI इस वक्त senior engineers के लिए बहुत अच्छा है, या फिर someone who has spent a lot of time to actually uh, tune their skill sets or enhance their skill set, and now they're getting the fruit out of it. तो बिल्कुल starting के लिए I don't think AI is for anyone, even if it's a junior engineer, someone non-techie who wants to build something. So I don't think that's going to work out.
It's actually really hard and a double-edged sword, I would say, because we're working in a fast-paced environment where companies have actually Copilot सबने ले लिया है, and they're actually encouraging their developers to start using Copilot. और आपका co-worker जो है अगर साथ में आपका वो Copilot use कर रहा है, अगर आप उससे अपनी productivity को compare करोगे, तो there's going to be like a significant difference over there as well. तो या तो इस वाली चीज को अंडरस्टैंड करना ऑन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल लेवल के हमने अपने बंदे ट्रेन करने हैं, एक्चुअली प्रोडक्टिविटी नहीं देखनी, तो मे बी हम अपने L3 तक जो हमारे इंजीनियर्स हैं दे कैन नॉट यूज कोपायलट एंड ऑल. इट्स जस्ट हार्ड कि एक चीज मार्केट में आ गई है, वो यूज हो रही है, बट हम उसको कहें कि यार तुमने नहीं यूज करनी. व्हाट शुड आई से कि हमारा मोबाइल फोन आ गया बट आप स्टिल PTCL यूज कर रहे हो, या कुछ इस तरह की चीज ना.
Exactly. It's and again I may want to rephrase what I said. कि using AI bluntly is bad. As I said, कि मैं अगर किसी project पे काम कर रहा हूँ and I'm using AI for learning, for conversing, like a birdie, like a rubber duck. So that's okay. If I'm understanding what I have from the AI, मैं उसको even sorry, even for some projects, what I do is I get input from AI and then I write the code myself sometimes just to have it in my memory ताकि मैं भूलूं ना. So if you're not completely relying on AI, then that's good. You can use AI, and you should. Everybody should try AI, use AI, but not to a point where you don't acquire any skills from the AI and you're completely dependent on the AI itself. Because when it's not there, then you're not going to be able to do anything at all.
How are you seeing the nature of projects change? It's a company of 25, 30 people, they get projects and Upwork and all. वहाँ पे projects की जो एक projects का जो एक size होता है ना, वो एक बहुत छोटा size आने लगा है. Pace is extremely fast. They would want कि अच्छा पहले जो है वो project close होने में और वो PRD बनने में और वो सारी चीजें होने में time लग रहा है. But now they would want code complete prototype in like 15 days or so, which is not I would say it's not irreasonable of them to ask for it because it's possible now. PRD generators हमारे पास आ गए हैं. ChatGPT is doing most of the work. एक pace of development change हुई है. How do you see that? एक scalable app बनाने के लिए तो चलो ठीक है, हमें उतना ही time चाहिए होगा.
The companies have shifted more towards being a money making machine, which is okay according to today's economy. So either आप consultancy based company है, so you need to ship fast for the client, और दूसरा केस है जिसमें आप startup हैं, so you need to ship fast for getting investment. In either case आपको ship fast करना ही करना है, and AI is sort of enhancing that experience to make it even faster. In those cases it's perfectly fine to work with AI to ship things as well, because then everybody knows what they are signing up for, or even stakeholders are like, okay, हम investment ले लेंगे जब हमारे पास पैसे आ जाएंगे, तो then we'll build up a team and then we'll scale it for hundreds and thousands of users. That is perfectly fine, and I think we have to adopt to this situation as well, even with seniors, because sometimes seniors are like, no, this is not the right way, we have to do this like the old way, and that's also a bit wrong in a lot of cases where you need to adapt with what's changing. So I completely agree with you with MVPs, with fast paced software shipping. I think AI is going to be rather helpful and people should be using those.
Okay. कुछ चीजें जैसे for example like you said you are starting you started a YouTube channel and all, you wrote books और फिर कुछ events वगैरह open source community के अंदर you are active. तो कौन सी कुछ इस तरह की चीजें हैं which one has to do to become an indispensable with these things?
That's a really good question. So I think shipping fast is one thing जिसमें आपके company goals reach हो रहे हैं, but as an individual, if you are a software developer, then you should know how to develop software. And I always say this, previously लोग ज़्यादातर focus करते थे, I'm a React developer, I'm an Angular developer, and I also was a bit against that, because you are a software developer, you need to be able to adapt to the company's needs, because that's what brings you money, or that's what brings value to the company as well. So React or Angular is not going to bring that. You being able to use that as a software developer would bring that, and same goes with AI as well. So I don't want to be an AI software tool expert or a cloud expert or a ChatGPT expert. I want to be a really good software developer. So if these tools go away, I should still be able to use something else, or coding or reading documentation, and to be able to do that. And I don't like to give my example quite a lot, but I can still give one, that even after working with Google on these campaigns and using all these tools, I'm actually on the side doing a course of machine learning from scratch. So how to do tokenization, stop words, blah blah blah, all of those things. I'm going to the core because I don't want to be just a consumer of the tool. I want to be able to also create those tools myself as well. So as long as developers are also using the technology and learning the technology themselves, for example, use Copilot, whatever, but also learn what those APIs are that Copilot is providing you, what are the parameters, arguments, and play around with them. I think that's going to hone the skills rather than just bluntly using AI.
थोड़ा सा मुझे अपना पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस आप ये बताएं, and which tools have you found to be the best? I mean, yes, you said Claude it was, but इसके अलावा what is out there which people can use for different specific technologies? Like आपके ख्याल में front end के लिए अगर someone is looking to build तो उसको क्या करना चाहिए, and similarly for back end full stack apps?
I think I tried this software called Data Button, which I did a paid campaign for as well, and I think I found that to be one of the best tools to actually create a full stack AI based application. So React on the front end, Python on the back end, but that has a limitation because it's so good. They want you to host the application on their platform, so you can't really download it, but you end up with a really good app that's scalable, production ready. For coding, I rather go to Claude, even though I don't use a paid version. So I'm like coding myself a lot and then going to Claude sometimes. For content creation, I go with ChatGPT itself, the O1 model. So I'm paying for that. And I often use AI Studio from Google, especially the newer version, which is Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental. So I'm using it to do a lot of reasoning, database schemas, and just bouncing ideas with it. Sometimes even for YouTube videos description, SEO optimized descriptions as well. So I think I basically use ChatGPT, AI Studio from Google, and Claude. Most of them have limitations. For example, Bolt runs out of tokens quite easily. Bolt also doesn't quite often do what you want it to do. I've also seen Bolt messing up existing features if I'm trying to add a new feature as well. And I've seen Data Button even do the same thing, and I had to fix it by just saying prompts. So I think all of these tools are only good enough to a certain level if you really want something basic. So if you want to have a business just creating their website, which is almost static, that's really good for that. You can just create them. But I think when it comes to complex scalable applications, complex apps, I don't think any tool out there is ready for you to completely rely on it. So you can take a start from it, but you can't rely completely on it.
And how long do you think it's going to take it for them to catch up?
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I think it could be a year before we actually go to point. So it's going really fast, but I think it
Yeah, it's
is
not
still a
not
year.
a lot actually. It's
It,
not a lot. I mean, if the with the pace that they're going, I do see them catching up pretty soon.
yeah, I think in general we should be leveraging AI, especially to learn and not to rely on it. Use it for anything that requires automation. I would l- say 100% go on that, because most of the times you don't really want to repeat what you've done like 100 times before. So do it for automation, do it for ideas, but never completely rely on it or copy paste stuff from it directly without understanding what's going on. And now this is a time where if you're a product owner, you need to have the keyword AI. If you are a software developer, you need to at least know how the tools work to leverage them wherever possible. So you can't shy away from AI, but you can't also completely rely on it. So find the middle ground and make it work for your career.
I've also seen one new category of developers and freelancers emerge, and that is just people who are doing backend integrations and API integrations and stuff. Because with all these tools and no code apps and a lot of other stuff that's going on, there's this demand for someone who knows the integrations way too well.
Mhm.
And I think that in itself has become a niche. I think with non-techies being able to put the flow together, and having the whole process flow together, they just need someone who can actually get into the nitty gritties of अच्छा इसको इससे integrate कर दो और बस ये कर दो. तो
Mhm.
वो जो बहुत छोटा सा काम है, the person who is doing the rest of the work is saying सब कुछ तो मैंने किया, तुमने किया क्या है?
Mhm.
सिर्फ API integration की है. Do you really see a market for this?
Yes, I think there is a market for it. Or I mean, there are a lot of low code, no code tools as well, like Bubble.io, for example. So there are teams actually that I know of who just do this. So no code applications for businesses to just get started with their MVP, and that's good, because as soon as you know this is what you want to do and you have the expectations right, that this is what I'm signing up for, and then you, I mean, you don't call yourself a software developer, then that's fine. Because people who are earning a lot of money, and there is a lot of money in no code solutions as well, but they're happy with that. So as long as you know what you're signing up for and there's a market and you can earn money from it, I think that's perfect. People should do that.
And no code apps are equally good for scalability and other purposes like
Some of
customization.
them, not all of them. And also there would be a point where you would get stuck, but that depends on the size of your business. I won't say, for example, you can scale a no code application to the level of Facebook. I mean, the teams basically have their own programming languages within the company. So you can grow to a certain level, but as long as you have your expectations and goals right, I think that's fine.
All right. Thank you so much, Essen. This has been a lovely discussion. I think we would want to close it now. Any message for the students or any junior developers who are watching and actually want to reach out to you for guidance? Where should they reach out to you?
The best platform would be LinkedIn. And I think there's also a Discord channel as well that can be seen on my YouTube. So LinkedIn, I think, is the perfect place to reach out to me, and I respond like in 24 hours. So that would be one thing. And the message would be, instead of being so afraid and so stressed, just start doing the first thing, and you'll find it easier.
All right. Thank you so much. That's actually a very simple message, but carries a lot of weight.
Hmm.
Okay. Thank you so much, Essen. It's been lovely talking to you.
Thank you. Same here.